Walk Cook Walk episode 20. Just locked the bike up over there and we're going to head into the visitor centre at Attenborough Nature Reserve. There's a little bit I want to show you out the back. There's like a bit of a bird hide. I'm going to try not to capture other people as much as possible in the video, but it is a public area, so I'll just show you what we've got here. It's a lovely place. Bring your family. Visitor centre, cafe, gift shop, lots of wildlife. You're still not allowed to feed the birds due to the bird flu and that, but they normally used to sell like little packets of bird seed. But we're going to go in and come through the back end anyway and try and cut everybody else out. Okay, so the bit I filmed a second ago didn't work because we were walking over, but we've got some sand martins kind of buried into the side of these walls here. So on the other side there's sand martin nests, loads of information about the sand martins, lots of information about all the different kind of animals that you could possibly see here. This is one of the many bird hides that are open to the public. Now there's one that I believe is private, which is a raised one. I think you've got to be a part of some club, but I'll show you the sand martin nests anyway. So as you can see, they've dug into the side, or built into the side of this wall here. I have seen them in there before, but I'm not sure what their daily routines are. Saw a shadow then I got a bit giddy. No, it don't look like we're getting much. But the views around this place are tremendous. They get better. Thank you, Bob Leland, for the celebration of your life. But yeah, nice little place. I'm going to take a little bit more of a wander around. I've already reconned the place where I'm going to be cooking, so we shall be back once we're out of the back of here again. Going the opposite way. We've got a little mud kitchen where you can make some mud pies. I'm sure we've all done that before. So I'm not sure how much of that I actually captured. This gimbal's absolutely shocking. It's proper like lopsided. Now which way I go with it, it's sideways. So there is a few lakes here, all of them full of bird life. There's like marsh areas as well, which is good for different types of birds. And then there's loads of swans over in the distance. Can't really see them though. I'm going to be walking possibly about 3 miles is what I expect. But it may be a little bit shorter depending on if we can get down that way. Now I do know that the bridge at one point when I did the recon was definitely not working. I'm gonna have to turn this gimbal off. Although it does help with the rocking and stuff, it's just really annoying me. Okay, so we've had to get rid of the gimbal working, so it's going to be a bit wobbly. I'll get a replacement. I thought this was going to be good, but the motor's just not strong enough to hold or balance it properly. So we are going to be gimballess, but as you can see, it is a stunning place. Lots of wildlife, plenty of tracks to do. It loops back onto the Trent. The bridge that's out hasn't been fixed yet, so you're unable to do like a complete loop of it, which is nice to do, but you know, it's not necessary. I mean, just to sit here would be nice, but there's a bit too much traffic for my liking. Now this is a bit different to what I'd normally do. Obviously I'd normally try and hide from people. Well, not hide, but you know, I don't particularly want to be cooking where there's a massive group of people. So we have to take this path towards the Trent, then turn a left. Then we're going to loop back down on the bottom ponds, and then on the way back up the Trent is where we're going to pop in to the side and cook some grub. some boigers. It's a pretty nice area, man. Getting some odd looks. What is that ginger beard doing? I don't like it. I must know what he is up to. Let's follow him. The video kept cutting out as well, not sure why. It might be something to do with this bloody gimbal and this button down here. But it used to be an old gravel pit, which is how the nature reserve itself came about. It was taken over after the gravel pit had been finished digging all the gravel out. Then it got turned into a nature reserve. I think it was opened in the 60s to begin with. Then well, it was acquired in the 60s, and then it was kind of open to the public in 66, I believe. And over time they've obviously filled it, and nature just comes along and does its thing, takes hold, and it's absolutely fantastic. You know, obviously you can smell the water, it just smells fresh. I used to cycle around here on my way to work. Loads of bikes, people come riding around and stuff, so I should probably stay on the left. It makes sense, wouldn't it? Do forgive the wobble. I mean, this selfie stick is just a bit shite. It's trying to do more than one thing. It's trying to be a gimbal. It's trying to be a selfie stick with a gimbal as well as a tripod. The tripod's rubbish. You extend it and it just unextends itself, as it has done there. As soon as it gets to a bit of an angle, the weight of the phone pulls it down. But anyway, we're not reviewing gimbals and flipping that kind of shazam. So I've got a new bit of kit that I want to be showing, which is going to be what we're cooking the burgers on. Last weekend, I think it was, I was feeling really ropey, so we was using the gas converter for the Trangia stove. So using gas was quite efficient, really. We got a really good heat from it, but at the same time it also made a lot of noise, which I didn't like. It's not very, I say, stealthy. It does give that roar of the gas burn, but I mean, we used minimal amount of gas. So, and also I think during the colder months we possibly might have to use gas for it, because the alcohol in the stoves doesn't actually ignite at certain temperatures, or you can have trouble getting it to light if it's too cold. But that's something for another day that we'll get into when it's time to. If we get to the point where we have to use gas, then, you know, that's fine by me. I don't mind at all. But, you know, I do prefer the alcohol stove to the gas, just because of the sound of it. I mean, I think if you was cooking like a big pot of something for lots of people, I think that would really be a good idea, a good way of, because I only had it on like really low, and it was kicking out some heat. I can't remember what I cooked now. No, don't remember. I just remember feeling terrible. And then obviously packing down and then going home. I didn't even do an outro again because I just felt shocking. So once we loop back, we're going to pick up this trail to the side there. It's a nice little walk there. After you. No worries, dude. Really busy today. Busy. So once you get to the Trent, we're going to take a left and follow it down to the next left, where we're going to go left, obviously. And we're going to just loop it down, do a little loop of the bottom bit just to get some miles in, and then on the way back up we will find the spot that we're going to be in. Thanks again to Ian, the chap who I met whilst doing a little recon on Wednesday for the spot. Hopefully the fishermen who seem to have been using that area aren't there, but they shouldn't be during the day. The chances are they're not. They'll probably come down at night because you're not supposed to fish on the nature reserve. But I mean, it's a nice, even the Trent track, it leads all the way down to Beeston Lock, Beeston Marina. There's a weir down there as well, like some cascading water, which is really nice to sit by, which is not far from where I did the cup of coffee for the recon video. I did realise that the recon video was actually a little bit longer than it should have been. I should have quite possibly made it a bit shorter than that. But you know, such is life. What is going on here? Got some dog leads in there, in a tree. Random. So I think that's one of the tracks that he showed me. Have we already gone past the island? Must have done. So there's like a Sea Scouts island over there, which I've always marvelled at, and I always thought, you know, I'd love to get over there and just get on there. I don't know why. It's just because it's not accessible unless you're on a boat. I think you might be able to see it here, not far from where that swan is. There's like a bit of an island. The Trent goes around it either side, and you can only get to it by boat. Sea Scouts, I'm not sure what number they are, but they're Sea Scouts. Why is there another? I keep finding random things in trees. Is there like an event on or something? Some sort of shindig? Oh, not quite sure. But we are coming up now to the track where we're going to go later on. We're going to be ducking in here. Leads to the water, goes up to the right a little bit, and there's a nice little, quite a wide open spot there. If we do see any other bits and bobs, we may go and investigate now that I'm not on the bike. Just because it's nice to, you know, sort of just inspect the area, check out what there is. You know, there's loads of little offbeat tracks. They're not official trails, but you know, they're trodden down. People have walked there, so I think it's fair game. There's a couple of like bird hides further down as well that you can get into, sit in there with your binoculars and you know, have a good look at some of the birds coming in and stuff like that, if you so wish. Now, I broke my water bottle, didn't I, on an episode a while ago. I think it was the last episode, actually, last weekend. And I've got a water bottle with me, but it doesn't have a handle, which is slightly annoying. But, you know, again, bird hides that you can just kind of stand behind, away from view of the birds, and kind of see them in their natural surroundings. Now I'm speeding up a little bit because I want some footage of this boat going by. I can hear it coming. I'll be back. Flying the English flag. Good on them. So you see canal boats coming up here as well, because this part of the Trent links Beeston Lock with Trent Lock, which is the Erewash start or the end of the Erewash Canal. That goes all the way up to, I want to say Langley Mill, but I might be wrong. It does go quite far up though. I mean, this isn't even straight, even when I've got it straight. It's like the gimbal's still trying to mess with me. I've locked it off so it can't bloody do out. But yeah, canal boats. Now, I've always wanted to live on a canal boat. I got it in my head that when I retire, I'd quite like to buy an old longboat or canal boat, whatever you call them, renovate it and just live in it, kind of like off-grid a little. Just because, I don't know, I'm just that kind of guy that I think as I get older, I want to be further away from people and the maddening crowd and the necessity to flaunt stuff and the look at me and all that shit. I mean, I'm on the end of a camera here, so I am sort of look at me, but it's look at me. Look, I've got a t-shirt I bought when I was a kid. Literally, I used to wear the baggiest t-shirts. I used to buy XL because I was into heavy metal. I was a mosher. It was all baggy back then. So many chains that, you know, probably got good leg muscles because of it. And yeah. But we're gonna plod on, and I shall bring you back shortly. So this is one of the floodgates. Once the water level on the other side gets too high, the pressure pushes these massive metal plates open, allowing some water out. You often get a heron down in this corner, normally chilling, waiting to catch some fish. Okay, so this left turn is us, and it says it's heading towards Meadow Lane. Now, you can't go wrong here. You either end up back at the visitor centre or back on the canal track, one way or another. As long as you don't go over the train line, you'll still be in the area. If you go left to begin with, then turn right. If you go right to begin with, then turn left. It all kind of heads back to the same place. If you load Google Maps as well, you'll be able to see the tracks. It does actually mark where they are and so on. Hi, you're right. So you won't get lost. It's pretty simple. Imagine it as a figure of 8, but you just can't complete the top loop. No, it's not a figure of 8. Imagine it as 2 circles, but one part of it you can't complete because of the bridge being down, which is unfortunate because it does kind of cut out a nice part of the actual walk. Now, because of the quarrying for the gravel pits that they used to do, a byproduct of that is a load of the sand that they've dug up. So there's actually like sand marshes, which it says in signs, it says danger, quicksand. Now, I've never been in there to check it. I'm going to take their bloody word for it. So do stay on the path. Don't go wandering off the paths unless you know it's solid ground. Now, any area that's dangerous is not accessible. It's as simple as that, you know. You can't really go wrong unless you really try extremely hard. Like extra hard. So this is the bridge that's out of action. It's been out of action for quite some time now. It's closed due to structural issues. Obviously you can see some muppets gone through there because they've battered down the wooden planking that blocks people from getting over. You can see small little fish swimming about and stuff. Ooh. Now this is about as far as I'm willing to go. clearer than it looks though, actually. It's pretty clear. Now, you don't want to go in, because if you do, you'll have a wet foot. And then having a wet foot whilst on a walk is definitely not what you want to be doing. It's just nice to be out, guys. Okay, it's local to me. It's not that far away, but it's accessible to me. Even with the bike, you know, I can rock up with the bike. You don't need transport, so to speak. You can just walk to places, get a stove out and cook. Now that's, you're not allowed in there. That's part of the quarry thing. I'm not sure what they do there. That might be some more of the area with the sand, the quicksand. Now the main quicksand part is over the other side of that bridge. You can come past it, but what it is you won't be able to, you have to go all the way around to then get to this part, then you can't carry on, you have to go back. So you can view the sand flats. Sorry, I paused there because the lady looked a bit uneasy, so I took the camera away so it wouldn't pick her up. What's that ginger man doing? He looks menacing. He's up to something. Yes, I am. I am going to go and cook some bloody burgers. Now, to be honest, I wasn't hungry when I set out, because I cooked some chicken last night. Said to the kids to warm it up if you want it. They warmed all of it up, so it had to be bloody used. There's like a ditch, like a water overflow kind of thing. Lots of nettles, lots and lots of nettles. Brambles, really good for blackberry picking. During the time that it's good to pick the blackberries. Now, there did seem like a really cool place that you could get over to there, but I forgot that that ditch was there. Now, oh my goodness, look how freaking cool this place looks. They've actually put a load of bracken here and sticks and stuff to stop people getting in, but that looks amazing. Now, it's a part of the flood area, so a lot of these things that are lower down, they naturally flood once the river and the lake gets a little bit too high. All the surrounding areas flood. Like the weir field that I was on the other day, it's like designed to actually take on all of the water so that the houses don't get disturbed with the water that rises. But sometimes it still gets into them. I've got a friend who lives in one of the static caravans down that way. Oh, there is a way of getting there, but I think it's probably private land, so we won't go there because there's a bit of a fence. And fence means no, not allowed. But what happens is we get to the end of here, it then turns right at the end, and we will loop back up on ourselves along the Trent. And we'll be back when we're on that Trent track, unless something cool happens or I see something cool. Hello again. It's a small world, isn't it? I mean, just imagine waking up and just seeing the water every single day. I could get used to that. So I was just passing a couple then, and he's reading one of the little notices that you've got at the side of the pathways and stuff, just telling you about what's going on and, you know, a bit of information about the area and stuff. Now, he mentioned by 1911 or something like that, the Trent, which is on the side here, actually had a couple of periods where it ran dry. Now, I've never seen that. I've seen it when it's flooded, but I've never seen it actually a dry riverbed. So it's not something that happens in recent years, but it is something that's happened in the past. Bizarre. So here's one of the bird hides. Whether it's a public one or not, we will find out. It does have a lock on the door. Location grid. No, you can't get in there. Can you get round to a more friendly? Yes, you can. So you can get down the side of the hides. There is steps and some little hide things, but you can't get into those ones that are locked. They're more private. Beautiful. Not everybody will appreciate an area like this. Me, I love it. Absolutely love it. I mean, I'm not a twitcher, a person who goes bird watching, but you know, I do like birds. I've got a bird feeder that I sometimes just sit and stare at while they're eating. You know, I actually forgot to bring some bird seed because there's certain like perches along the path that you can put a bit of bird feed on, and then if you're patient enough, sit and wait and they'll come down and eat it. And we dive off the path into this area here. Now there is a bit of a little walkway to come down to here. It's a well-trodden path, you know. We're not going to do anything anywhere where we shouldn't be, although it does look like someone's broken this tree down. Now this is where I wanted to show you. Look at that, an absolute vista of a backdrop to be cooking to. I'm not quite sure what this is. I think it's some sort of landing thing for some fishermen who shouldn't be fishing in there because it's a nature reserve. But take a look at this. And we've got all this lake to ourselves for the next hour or so, or however long it takes to cook these burgers. So let's get set up. Hello folks. So just come back off a live, cooked the burger live, had a chat with a couple of people. It was pretty good fun. I enjoyed it. It was nice. This is the burger. Obviously you would have seen the picture already, but that's it. It is absolutely fantastic, guys. I bought enough to make 2. I only needed 1. It's so big, filling. I did turn it into a smash patty, just to make it cook quicker, and I'm glad I did, because the sheer size of the chunkiness of it, I don't think I'd have been able to eat it, get it in my mouth. But I am going to scoff this. Chill out. Drink some more beer. And then head home. I'm going a bit of a longer way home because the hill that I came down is like that, and I don't fancy cycling up that on a push bike. My bike doesn't have a motor. But eventually it may need one. Never say never. But it's such a nice place to have been able to cook in. You know, we're not even that far away from the path. I can see people going past and all that. This area looks like a fishing spot where people have been fishing, even though they shouldn't be, because that's a nature reserve. Yeah, a very, very nice day out of it. A good walk. It's all flat as well. The walk around here, very, very flat. You're never gonna struggle too much. But yeah, the non-stick pan, yeah, okay. At first it seemed like it was working really, really well, but that shit's stuck, man. That is stuck. Like I say, I only ate 1, so I got this patty to take home. I'll have that in a bit. You could pay about £10 for a burger like this locally. Not sure what mine cost to make. Definitely not £10. Anyway, I'm going to scoff this, get packed away, finish my beer, tidy up everything. Now, the people that have been here fishing, even though they shouldn't, they've kept it pretty tidy. There's no real rubbish anywhere other than like a bit of a crate, maybe a beer crate if you want to call it that. That seemed to be like the only real thing. How's it going, dude?
Right, dude.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. So a little blast in here, man. It's a little peg in it.
Yeah. So what are the chances of the day that I decide to go to this particular spot, the dude who built it turns up while I'm recording? Nice chap, you know, just had a chat about fishing and stuff. I don't fish anymore. I used to years ago, so I knew what he was on about. Yeah, I said to him, thank you for letting me use your little spot. When he rocked up, he didn't look too happy. I just said, hello, how you doing? All that kind of jazz. And yeah, it turned out he was sound as oat. He said he didn't want to be on camera, so I'm going to have to remove all of that footage apart from the time lapse that I think I got. Unfortunately, I think some of the time lapse failed because when I looked at my phone after I'd packed away, there was well, it wasn't even on. The phone wasn't on. It said open phone to access photos. Sodding else happened. But yeah, all in all, a really nice spot. I even thanked him for letting me use it because obviously it is his spot. He's cleared all that area, kind of thing. So we're just walking along the bit that I pointed out earlier on, and the sun's going down. Let's just get a picture of it. Bloody crow just scared the shit out of me, and they're faffing around with my camera. Flipping crows like, ah! I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, but this is a nice little wild walk. There's no actual path per se. It is just a dirt path leading in between. It goes the complete length of it's kind of splits a pond into two, I suppose. Hi, you're right. Hello, little doggy. And it's a footpath only, so no bikes allowed down here, no horses, no nothing like that, actually, because you might not be able to access this part if you are, let's say, unable to walk. Oh my gosh, I think I've just found the next walk location in this area. Watch this be another place where that dude's cleared. No, this has been done deliberately, as you can tell by these sticks have been laid out as a path. See what I mean? So it's been done deliberately. But what is down here? That is the question that burns in my mind. Because it's a very well trodden path. Oh my gosh. I have never been here. Oh. This is awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm not going any further than that. But wow. An aerial display. They've all just gone nuts as soon as I came over here. They've all just gone absolutely wappo. So I've gone from one little look to the side and I've found this absolutely fantastic area. that I've never been before, and it would be perfect for a walk cook walk. It's off the track. There's an island there. Can't get to it, not without a boat. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And you see, if I hadn't just gone off the path then and took a bit of a diversion, I would have never even known it was here. So let's go and rejoin the main path. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, do also go check out the live that I did when you see me cooking the burger. I'm not too sure whether the footage of the it being sped up was any good, because the phone was doing something that it was doing what it wanted basically. It kept slipping down on the selfie stick because it's crap, it's going back, even though it's got a gimbal and it's supposed to be this excellent thing and all that jazz. It wasn't all that excellent in the end. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I shall see you all next week. Okay, so now that I've had enough of the damn thing, it's actually started holding it properly. It's keeping it square. It's still a bit jerky, but every time I move, it's actually holding it a bit better. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this one. My first live. So yeah, hopefully that'll be one of those things that continues to, hopefully there'll be many more. Things will be learnt as we go along. Everyone's pretty much gone from the nature reserve now. I'm just kind of hoping my bike's still there. I did lock it, and then obviously lock the trailer as well. Why can I hear a lot of water moving in there? I hear a lot of water moving. I've got to go and investigate now, because there's a bit of a trail as well. Even though I should be going home. It's got me. I've never been down here. Oh, there's a heron. Just missed him. Ooh. Oh, I didn't know that was there. That's well nice, isn't it? It's got an indicator as well for the water level. So this is probably an overflow that goes into the Trent. But I can see over there that there's a trap, which means we're gonna have to do some more investigating, because there's more places that I am unaware of. But yeah, that's cool. I've never even noticed that sound of water before. Never ever ever. And it's roaring, isn't it? I'm gonna try and get under this now without catching me again. It's got me again. Bloody hell. We're all right. Just about survived. So they've got some wetlands here. They do dry out, but certain nesting birds come over here at certain times of the year. to nest in the reeds and stuff, which is nice, you know. Sun's going down. I might try and get a bit of a, oh, there's someone there watching the thing. I'm gonna try and get a time lapse of the sun going down, but there's someone there with their kids, so maybe another time. Nice spot there though, good spot to watch the sun go down over the water. Really nice. Again, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you all next week. I've already said what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the stir fry, which suits, well, I think it suits the thing that we're going to be using, which I'm not telling you what it is yet. You just have to tune in next week to find out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon.